Okay, so camera's on. Here we go. Well, first off, I'm using this 1966 Telecaster. And can I just say that if we didn't tell you this was an original finish, you'd never know. Like, yes, we're telling you, it's been refinished. Because we did it. But honestly, this would fool most guys. There's a level of refinishing. There's, grandpa's finishing, and then there's, really high quality finish, especially on a Tele where you can see the big blue grain, and this is a cool guitar. Anyway, 66 Tele has a humbucking. What we're talking about today though is the Carr Mercury, and we just got a nice black Mercury in, and this has been like one of the most popular amps. First off, we've got a big cabinet. You guys know when you have the little tiny amplifiers, sometimes they can sound like this. The reason guys want these is because they're lightweight. They're made of pine, so it's not like plywood, which is mostly glue. These are pine cabinets, so they're fairly lightweight, they resonate, and a larger cabinet will give you a bigger bass. The Mercury is two 6V6s just like a deluxe reverb. And I've got this Mercury back here cleaned up. I'm not a big reverb guy. This thing gets super clean. These Mercuries are just as clean and lush as any deluxe reverb. They're 16 watts. Now come here. There's two volume controls here, all right? With the switch up, you've got a high volume control and a low. So basically you got a trebly one. So I'm just gonna fix this up a little bit. Turn up the high one. Each are independent of each other. The high and the low are independent of each other. But if I flick this switch, now this drives this, and it is like a hot-rodded old Marshall. Make sense? Sure it does, because we've all played through like Marshalls that have one volume control for the high, one volume control for the low. They're independent of each other, but you can bind them together, which this has. So it's like a hot-rodded Marshall. Now we have boost. You can clean up your amp or you can heat it up. The rest of this is pretty simple. Everybody gets it. Reverb, treble, middle, bass. Middle's kind of nice, only came on high-end amps. Then with this switch down, you can get this down to 1/10 of 1 watt. Allow me to illuminate. By turning down this switch right here, all the way down, and putting this in the middle, we can get really nice searing . Switch in the middle. How fun is that? You can talk over it. So, remember I played it before, it's really big, lush, like a deluxe reverb, but it also does this, and you can bring it up more. I have the volumes stacked up, so now they're running with each other, so they're driving each other. I've got the boost on full blast, and this is why Carr Mercurys are hard to keep in stock, because of the low volume levels. There's weddings when you have to play that quiet. And you can play around the house. Play in the living room, they can't hear you in the kitchen. This is why they sell so many of them. Now, I'm going to be like Goldilocks and go to the middle bowl right now. So we're going to just clean this up a bit. a little bit of reverb. Turn up the bass. A nice, heavily driven Marshall or Fender sound. You turn it back on your guitar a bit. A really nice amp. Because of the size of the cabinet, it projects more. It makes better bass just because of the cabinet. And then the way it's set up with just a regular volume control or something heavily driven is really a blast. That's all for now. See you guys next time. Thanks. Go back to what you're doing.